Hello, it's Annette. Today I'm filming the BookTube TMI Tag, which was originally the TMI Tag. I will leave both the original TMI Tag and the BookTube TMI Tag down below. And I was tagged to do this by Elizabeth from Livers and Brooms, and I will leave her link down below as well. So please go and check her out because she's lovely. And I actually filmed this tag already a couple of weeks ago, but because some of the answers have changed since then, I'm doing this again. And for this I chose Magnus Bane because he's the sass master or whatever. Yeah, I think I could really I could really get down with the whole glitter business, and I just love Magnus Bane, so yeah. And let me count the boys. There's Mori from Warlock, Raisling from Dragonlance, Warner from Shatter Me, Will from the Infernal Devices, Rage from the Lover Eternal, Sadis from Lover Awakened, Patch from Lover Revealed, Vicious from Lover Unbound, Levi from Fangirl, Rod from the Dark Elements, Rai from A Darker Shade of Magic, and a bunch of others, I'm sure. And I don't really have a good answer for this one because it's never really happened, but I guess the closest I could think of is Adam Kent from the Shatter Me series. So I have some tomes here to show you. There's Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which is like a brick. Then there's Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, another monster. Bone Clocks by David Mitchell. And Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Stories by Lewis Carroll. It would probably be this one, which is the Film Wizardry Page to Screen, the complete filmmaking journey from Harry Potter. And it is heavy. And I'm not sure if you can see it. Where is it? Can you see it? That one over there. Harry Potter. That's the one I have. And I can't think of any. Harry and Draco, hands down. I know it's not really canon, but who cares? Of all time, Harry Potter. There's Lord of the Rings, The Fault in Our Stars, Harry Potter, The Mortal Instruments, Harry Potter again, and also the Warlock series, which I talked about by Margit Sandemo. There is a sequel for the Warlock series, but it has not been translated to Finnish. Why do you tease me so, publishers? Why? I have a recent favourite, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. Absolutely love this book. More about it in my wrap-up. Then there's, of course, The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Neil Gaiman, Neverwhere. Probably my favourite Neil Gaiman book. And also I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. Since I learned to read, basically, and before that I made someone to read for me. I've always loved reading, so I can't really tell you a specific time, but basically I learned to read when I was 7, so let's say since 7. Slytherin and Proud. I like intriguing plotline, I like sassy, witty, well-developed characters and banter, and good world building, obviously, and a bit of romance as well. It's not the main thing, but I do like when I have things to ship. For this, a little disclaimer, I don't claim to have read these books necessarily, but these are some of my favourite book quotes. So the first one is, from Wuthering Heights. He's more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, his and mine are the same. Second quote is from On the Road by Jack Kerouac. And that is, the only people for me are the mad ones, the ones who are mad to live, mad to talk, mad to be saved, desirous of everything at the same time, the ones who never yawn or say a commonplace thing, but burn, burn, burn like fabulous yellow Roman candles exploding like spiders across the stars. And the third one is from Harry Potter. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. And the final one I have is from Neil Gaiman, Coraline. Fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us dragons exist, but because they tell us dragons can be beaten. J.K. Rowling, Neil Gaiman, J.A. Ward, Rainbow Rowell. Those are some of my favorites. I have some here for you. This is the Splinter Classics edition of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Then there's The Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Splinter Classic edition. There's Fairy Tales from Around the World by Andrew Lang, which is Barnes & Noble leatherbound edition. Really nice. Then there's A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. If you haven't read this already, what are you doing? What are you doing? Then there's The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald in this nice 20s style cover. And of course Ignite Me by Tahiri Murphy, which is one of my favorites, as you can tell by the text. A bit of both. I probably stay in my bed where I usually read and sob into my pillow. It depends on the book and the size. Sometimes it takes me months and sometimes it only takes me a day. Anything from a few hours to several years. I'm looking at you, Harry Potter. I still have dreams about sequels. Like after all these years. Always. Probably Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck or A Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Wit, sassiness, snarkiness, self-confidence, a bit of cockiness maybe, yeah. Probably like abusiveness and smoking, which doesn't happen that often. Because I love my books and I like to talk about them. And it's been fun. And I had a couple of friends in BookTube as well who really convinced me to join, and it's been awesome. I have this that traumatized me when I was a child. I still haven't read it again. It's called Supernatural World in English. And basically it's just these stories, folklore and otherwise, of ghosts and vampires and like werewolves and stuff. And let me see if I can show you the thing that like still scares me. It's the like this ghost story that has scarred several of my generation. Like it's not just me. And it's that floating head on the ceiling. Everyone is afraid of it. Look at it. Now you will be scarred as well. And apparently this is getting a bit rare in Finland at least. These books can go for like 100 euros or something. And it was really popular in my library when I was a kid. And I just happened to found this book from a flea market last summer for €1. €1! I was like, I squealed. I'm not gonna lie. It's part of my childhood, but it scares me to death. Probably Wingo by Andrew Smith. The last book I gave 5 stars was Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. And I have here Ignite Me by Tahiri Murphy. Then I have A Darker Shade of Magic by V. Schwab. And Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. And also The Sky is Everywhere by Jandy Nelson. Angel Fall by Susan E., which I finished just last night. I'm kind of in between books now because I haven't decided what I want to read next, but I think I'm gonna go with Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I think it was Wild by Cheryl Strait. Cat from Fangirl, Hermione from Harry Potter, possibly Draco from Harry Potter because I really fancy him, and Genji from Shatter Me because he's funny. Oscar Wilde. I just think that he's hilarious and really witty and I love him. Coffee or something that's easy to eat. I don't really like to mess up my books, so I don't know, maybe like nuts or something. Again, Harry Potter. There's really no competition in that one. Probably some dystopian, for example, Delirium by Lauren Oliver, which is a dystopian where love is a sickness and people are getting treated for it. So I smell them all the time. I especially like the new kind of school book smell with, you know, the shiny pages and really inky smell. Probably like Mudblood. I can't think of anything else. My favorite paranormal romance is probably like the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. Love Eternal, one of my favorite. You're right, not really, but I would want to. My wands. I'm not really a sporty person, so I'm not sure whether I would actually play, but maybe like keeper, is it? Or something where I wouldn't have to move too much. I think this might be sort of spoilery for We Were Liars by E. Lockhead. So if you haven't read that book, turn off the volume when I raise my hand. The song I associate with We Were Liars. I think someone else actually mentioned this in the comments in BookTube, so I can't take credit for it, but I can't remember who it was. But Things We Lost in the Fire by Bastille. And again, I cheated a bit and I looked online for this, but let's hear it. I want to take your body to Wuthering Heights. My love for you is infinite and I do not jest. It would be both crime and punishment if you don't let me take you out. No, I have not, but I do think they're quite witty, so maybe in the future. Harry Potter. And according to Goodreads, it's a bit over 700 at the moment, but that's together with my sister's books and also not including like my cookbooks or anything like that. If I think of someone to tag, I will leave their names down below. And that is all for now, so I will see you in my next video. Bye!